This is by far the worst Marvel movie I have ever seen, and I have seen Madam Web and Halle Berry's Catwoman. But I watched it, so let's get into it. Kraven, the Hunter. The movie starts off with Kraven being in jail, and for no reason in particular, I'm pretty sure some of the first words spoken are nigga. Now, there's only four black people in the movie total, which I actually enjoyed because leave white people to white people's problems. But for the movie to start off with the N word while he in a Russian jail, no N words around whatsoever. He all in snow and shit. It just it kind of lets you know exactly where the movie was gonna go, downhill. Kraven shank them all up. He running up walls, escaping, getting his Nordic on. And he run in the snow. Of course, he got to be running in the snow, barefoot, mind you. And he running into this storm. A wolf stop him, and he talking to the wolf. The wolf like, bro, you a wild boy, huh? Let him go. Turns out there's a plane on the other side of the storm. You never see who his pilot is. You just hear the voice, which lets you know that this movie is going to be terrible, which it was. I think it might have been Scarlett Johansson, but who knows? All we can see is the back of a ponytail and a terrible AI generated voice. So Craven take off, he escape. He like, yeah, I put the murder game down, and that's how the movie starts. Next scene, we got Russell Crowe getting drunk with his two sons in a limousine, as only Russell Crowe can do. That's kind of his niche right now, is being drunk on camera. He does it very well, mind you. Some of the best acting in this movie, probably Method. And he telling his two boys that their moms is dead. No remorse whatsoever. He like, I don't give a fuck. She was weak. That's why she dead. I'm going to take y'all on a hunting trip. Turns out this is young Kraven. Now, they never really tell you in the movie that this is young Kraven, but we figure it out if you're paying attention. If you got enough attention span to not be on your phone at this moment in time during the movie, 15 minutes in, which I was, but you realize that it's young Kraven from the Kravenowskis. That's their last name. And they out here hunting, lying, big game. Because that's what rich Russians do, apparently. Young Kraven, he walk up on the Scar Lion, and he kind of doing a little like, hey, what's good? We cool. And the lion was kind of connecting with him. But then, of course, his drunk ass daddy start busting. He get the John Moranton, blah, 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 blah. So, of course, the lion like, oh, y'all motherfuckers tripping. Take young Kraven. Start beating his ass. Huh, huh, huh. And the first thing I thought of was Idris Elba, a real one, because he put hands on that goddamn lion. I was like, they could never. So the lion start whooping Kraven's ass. He take him. The family like, oh, a little white boy got attacked on safari. How could this happen? Young Calypso is talking to her grandma, and her grandma is like, call me now. And she gives her this liquid weed, or, tinctures, tonics, whatever you want to call it. And for whatever reason, young Calypso walks off her little safari card when she was with her parents. Them is the faux black people in the movie now. Got them out the way. She gives young Kraven, who's laid the fuck out, dead, dying. She give him the drink. For what reason? I don't know. She didn't seem like she was Russian. Seemed like this is kind of like the first white person she had seen in a minute. Also, he was dead. Why? I didn't understand the logic of saving a dead white person on a safari, but I guess I'm a different person. That's why I wasn't in the movie, because it would have been very short. I would have been like, ah. They rushed Kraven to the hospital. So I take it back. There was another black person, a worker, service worker, the doctor. They was like, he dead. He died to be reborn. Message. And immediately, once he recovering, Russell Crowe on his method acting shit come in. I'm gonna take my boy. Despite the doctors being like, hey man, he need to stay at least a night in the hospital. He was like, no, that's for the weak. So he throw young Kraven over his shoulder. Firemen carry him up out of there. And now they at the mansion, in Russia, Dustverdova. Immediately his pop start tripping. He like, yo, your little brother, a bitch ass nigga. Which he was. He was not wrong in his evaluation of the little boy. But he was a little boy. And, it hurt his feelings. He didn't forget it. That's for damn sure. He started whooping on Kraven. And Kraven is still also a little boy. He a little bit bigger, but he also a little bit boy. He a little bitty boy. So Kraven run off. Russell Crowe don't even come looking for him. He just like, fuck it. Now they definitely let me know that it was present day. Now Kraven, naturally he got family issues, so he grew his hair out. He on steroids. He just running around, doing what most of the people on Melrose do, tripping. He immediately tracks down Calypso. She was not in hiding. She's a lawyer in London, and she cutty lawyer. For whatever reason, she just immediately made a deal with Kraven. She was like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. I gave you the purple drink, drip drop, and I'm glad to see you alive. I can't explain why I gave it to you, but here you are." That's the scene. They fast forward to Kraven's little brother. Now he a lounge singer. He played a piano. Russell Crowe still getting drunk. So now he probably like 20 years into drinking. Shootout. Blah, blah. Everybody died. Everybody in the club dead. Except for the little brother who hid up under the piano. Russell Crowe start drinking again right after the shootout. Calls little brother a bitch ass nigga once again. Which, once again, he was correct. And this time I didn't feel bad because it's like, you're a grown ass man. You know what your daddy do. You know who your daddy is. You're going to have to learn how to bust some guns. Like Young Thug say, even if you a cheerleader, you might have to catch a body. And that is why he was in a RICO case. The little brother sucker because he like 25 years old, probably older, and he's still calling Russell Crowe, Papa, Papa, did you like my song, Papa? And Russell Crowe like, man, I should shoot you in the face right now. Fast forward, it's the little bitch ass nigga's birthday. So Kraven come into town. He surprised him. They go out. They getting drunk with the dad. Shit going good. Get wasted. Of course, little brother can't handle his liquor. So Kraven drop him off at the bed. And he give him this little speech like, oh man, I forgive you for leaving me. I love you. And at that moment in time, I knew it was bad for little bro. He did it and immediately got kidnapped. Immediately. And Kraven, he couldn't sleep. He had terrors and stuff. He like, oh man, the malt liquor that Calypso gave me when I was younger is fucking with my head. I'm having these thoughts. And he started chasing the kidnappers. Of course, he like jumped down a building barefoot. Once again, he barefoot like Puff Daddy in that Cassie video. He barefoot, walking them down. He chasing cars on feet. And it's a cool scene. It's actually probably the best scene in the movie because he like chasing down a car. He catch the car. They still kind of get away. Now they in a helicopter. He like getting held on by these ropes on the helicopter. They waterboarding the shit out this motherfucker. And eventually they get away. And Kraven like, fuck man, I gotta find my brother. So he go to Calypso's job. He trying to get this black lady fired from her white ass job, showing up soaking wet, barefoot, stringy ass hair. Oh, now the total of black people is now up to 6 because the bodyguard at the law firm, he had a taser. He was about to tase the shit out of her, and Calypso stopped him. And I was like, nah, let him work, let him cook. But they talk. She find her people. They track down a little brother. Cut to a scene of Mr. Hypnotic, the foreigner, as they called him. He was weak. He would count 1, 2, 3, and then somebody be dead. Unnecessary. He ain't had no swords. He ain't had no real guns on him. He just stayed in a turtleneck. So I'm sorry, but Russia, y'all got to get some better villains. If there's a motherfucker counting down in Thunderbolts, shelve that shit right now. It's a setup. Kraven come in busting through. Wow, man. You know, white raging out the ass. Just beating up people, not really asking no questions, not using no forethought whatsoever. Next thing you know, Bazooka Joe. Blah. He jump out the window. He fall down a mountain. Not a cut, not a scrape, not a fractured pinky, black eye, or nothing. Rocks then fell on him. The whole castle then fell on his back. He good. But every time they shooting at him, he out here ducking and dodging. I was like, what the fuck? Hypnotic get killed. But now we find out that a motherfucker that was on safari with them way back in the day is the bad guy, the Rhino. His secret power is he got one of them little hiking backpacks hooked up to his body, to his kidney. He got kidney failure like a motherfucker. Cause when he unhook his little proton pack, he start getting the grayscale like in Game of Thrones. And you would think that's like real dramatic, but he be like, I'll be in pain. It's like, hold up, your superpower is to be like invincible, but you also like in pain. And he gets scraped real fast. I'm not even gonna hold y'all no more. He gets scraped real fast because Kraven track him down with some wildebeests. And they beat the dog shit out of him pretty fast. It was like he was supposed to be invincible, but he took one shank, Game of Thrones style, like the Night King, to the, like I said, to the kidney, and the shit was bad very fast. Now we like, okay, Rhino gone, Hypnotic gone. That should be the end of the movie. I wish it was. Turns out that Russell Crowe wasn't as drunk as we thought, because Russell Crowe had his son kidnapped so Kraven could knock off the Rhino, because that was his biggest competition. So when Kraven finds out that his daddy set him up, he have a bear kill his daddy on a hunting trip. Full circle. Now we like, damn, everybody dead. That should be the end of the movie. Brother back, he lost a pinky. He can't play piano no more, but he could sing, Papa. Papa, I can sing. This is your favorite song. Turns out his brother is now the villain, the chameleon. He do impersonations. So his brother is like the Jay Pharoah of the Marvel universe. And that is how Kraven ends. At least Madam Web had cleavage. I understand why this movie was delayed for so long because there are parts where they just AI people's mouths. They ain't even go in for reshoots. They was like, Chat GPT this shit. I understand that Kick Ass was a great movie, but this don't got no Nicolas Cage in it whatsoever. And if we get forced to see Kraven in anything else, I guarantee it's going to be ass. And I'm not talking about a BBL ass. I'm talking about flat ass. I'm talking about Hank Hill having ass. But I encourage everybody to go watch this movie. Because if you synced it, I synced it. We synced it.